Hey there, tankers. Seattle Forge here, and I have a first impressions video of the IS-3A, which I got when I bought some boxes. Ranted about this before. The boxes are actually a really good deal for premium time and gold. So if you do it for that reason, great. I happen to get this on my 5th box. And first impressions are that it's filthy. Anyway, I get into this game with the defender up in front of me. His name is Diet Drano, and I told him, hey, your name is really cool. And we bantered back and forth a little bit before we rolled out of the cap. And I'm like, I'm going to follow him, see how this goes. So, it's an IS-3 with an autoloader. And that used to just mean that it didn't have a loader in the previous version of the tank. And it didn't sell very well because it wasn't a very good training machine because it didn't have a loader. So it does all the IS-3 things. It has a big powerful gun. And in this case it has a 3-shot autoloader. And it has IS-3 armor, which is at tier 8, very good. And it doesn't have the mobility. And I didn't look up the engine stats, but I'm guessing at the very least the terrain resistances are really jigged. Absolutely jigged. But you have to do something to balance this thing out, because this gun is stupid. So we have the auto reloader mechanic from the Italian tanks, and in that you really have to manage your load not to spray out too hard, because the more shells you spit out, the longer the reload is. They have to do something to compensate for being different from the other autoloaders where you have to spend out your clip, and even if you only spit one shell when you reload, it still takes as long as doing the whole clip. So I thought that was a really good mechanic and kind of made people manage their clips. It's more forgiving than an autoloader. Anyway, this thing is ridiculously forgiving. So if you spit all your shells out, it loads faster. I have a problem with that. So the other thing is, this is the first game I played in it, and you know, I'm kind of learning about the tank as I go, and I was finding out it wasn't very mobile, for one thing. You know, the way the shells come out of this thing it's gross. And of course, I'm tier 8 Mac making. There's tier 7s. I'm top tier. You know, it's that whole premium tank first game thing that you got going on. I got to tell you about my day. I woke up today, and I took today off. I had PTO today, took today off, and I woke up with every middle-aged symptom in full, horrifying Prismacolor. Allergies. You can still, I just took something with allergies going on, and acid reflux all day, and IBS. That's been fun. Glad I was home for that. Didn't have to go into work and manage that. Fun. That was good. So I'm taking it easy today. I'm like, you know what? No drinky drinks, and no fatty food, and so I've just been eating salad and mineral water, and I got a cup of tea here. And I was like, you know what? I got a lot going on. World of Tanks will just stress me out. I'm not going to play. And I didn't feel that good earlier either. I was groaning and going, I don't really have to take a, remove myself from the game to take care of some business. Let's just Panther. I did play it badly by continuing to back up. Why don't you let off the reverse, Forge? You toad. Anyway, I have a cup of tea. And they really have me here. They really have me on the ropes here. Luckily I get some help, and also that, my shell loads fast because I dumped out my clip. Because that's what you need, is an IS-3 with a faster reload when he's backed into a corner. This gun hits hard. We'll see how it does against tier 9s and tier 10s, but I mean, So the IS-3 has a great gun. This is fantastic. Anyway, Defender is just running all over the map, blapping everybody. He's, it's probably the only tank that's filthier than this one. He's got 5 kills. He's having a good night. But you can see I'm finally starting to pick up some steam, but I'm on hard ground here, and it's still, oof. Turret traverse seems really slow as well for an IS-3. That's okay. Well, and you look at this game. We just had better tanks. And a better team. But we just had better tanks. Uniformly up and down the list, we had better tanks than they did. I don't know how they would have pulled this out. What do you think? What do you think of this thing? I mean, is this like a last straw for World of Tanks? Having sort of semblance of credibility and creating balance, and I know they're going to do a whole bunch of balancing, but then you still have these premium tanks out there. They need to slow the fuck down. That's what they really need to do. They really need to slow the hell down. Work on fundamentals. Work on your fundamentals. Fix the maps. Fix the armor. The whole reducing the damage on the premium ammo. I think that's a great idea as long as they make it the same price. Why is it more expensive? That's one of the mechanics I liked in Armored Warfare was that, yeah, you had different ammo. You had a higher penetration ammo that did less damage, and you had, lower penetration ammo that did, more damage. But the cost the same. Really close. There wasn't like a 10 times kind of cost difference like there is in all the tanks. And you also knew with that, don't shoot at the front of freaking MBTs. I get that. That mechanic made sense to me. Bring back accuracy. This thing's trash. Don't buy it. So although I didn't play any Great Shakes, it was a second class badge. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Or how many people have this tank out there right now and, where things are at. I don't know. I got a second class badge and a fire for effect. It was just short of 3,100 damage and 1,162 assistance, mostly in tracking. And did you see what I did to that T-43? I mean, I took out his track, his gun, his ammo rack, and the hit was 860 and 2 hits. 2 bites! And he's almost out of tank. That's filthy. That's really filthy. I almost feel bad about that. Almost. I bounced 3 shots from that Panther 2. That's supposed to be, a pretty good gun. He did get a couple into me when he got my side, but, when he was coming at me in the front, bounce city. You got a bounce from the Emil. E25 is bouncing off me. It's kind of disgusting. But, okay, the Defender guy, Diet Drano, he's a better player than I am. He did, much more damage. He got, 5 kills. I only got 2. But I still think the Defender is more filthy because the armor just works. But, of course, it's a Tier 8 game, right? You get to go ham on everybody Tier 8 or less. But it will struggle at Tier 10. Although I've bounced off with my mediums several times, which I thought were, really good shots. So I still think the Defender is more filthy. But IS-3A follows closely behind in the filth. Now we got all the Christmas shit going on, and I do have the Tier 10 Christmas spirit going on and all that kind of jazz. But end of the day, this came out with 145,000 credits for the game. You can see the tallies there. But I think this thing is going to be a really good earner regardless. Okay, maybe I would have only gotten like 70,000. This thing's going to, pay for itself. It's a credit earner. In any case, jury is that this tank is pretty filthy. I don't think I'll play it a whole lot. Ugh. All right, if I don't talk to you, have a good Christmas, holiday, whatever you do. Stay safe, and like and subscribe, you grinchy bastards.